Welcome to Journey to Joy Live, a podcast to promote wellness, resilience, and inspire joy. Be empowered to balance your mental, physical, financial, aspirational, and social health while providing mental health awareness and breaking down the stigma of mental illness in the Black community. I'm your host, Dr. NJoy, and I'm here to help you transform life's challenges into opportunities for joy. Let's begin the journey together. Hey, we are in episode 148. You're not lazy. You are mentally exhausted. How do you know this episode is for you? You're not who you used to be. And deep down, you know it. You used to laugh easier, you used to feel lighter, show up fuller, and now you are just going through the motions, doing what needs to be done, surviving the day, and every night you tell yourself, tomorrow will be different. I got this. I'll be back to myself tomorrow. But tomorrow comes and you feel exactly the same. Why is that? Let's talk about that today because I want to tell you something important. You are not broken. You're not failing. You are mentally exhausted. Let's talk about where that comes from, why, and how to combat it. And there is a very real reason why you feel this way. Why do you feel so mentally exhausted? So, mental exhaustion obviously is not something that comes overnight. It's an accumulation of thousands of small little moments giving more you than you have received. You're just giving and you're giving and you're giving. I talk to my wife mom bosses a lot about being everything to everyone at all times. It's not just the wife mom bosses, it's the mom bosses, it's the bosses, it's the father bosses as well. It's all of us. We are all eligible to succumb to mental exhaustion. This invisible weight of our community in general carries the mental load of work, family, caregiving, code switching, systemic stress, and the expectation that we just do it all with a smile. My patients talk about this a lot, that they are masking, that they just pretend. They don't want to show their weakness. They don't want to show their mental exhaustion. They don't want to show their depression, their anxiety, but that they just want to look happy to others. So that puts on a lot of weight to us as well. Nobody set you down and said, today you will become mentally exhausted. It just crept in quietly. Every time you put yourself last, every time you said yes when everything in you said no, every time you cried in the car and then walked into the room like nothing happened, that's you. And that's every little small moment adding up and now leading to that mental exhaustion, to that burnout. What's the turning point? When strong becomes a survival mode instead of a choice. You just trying to be strong to survive as opposed to having a choice. You didn't get here because you're weak. You're not weak. Mental exhaustion is not weakness. Mental illness is not weakness. You got here because you've been strong, not because you've been weak. You're here because you've been too strong for far too long without anyone being strong for you. You've been that strong person for others. Well, no one's been that for you, which is weird because if everybody's being the strong one for everybody else, who are the people being the who are we being strong for if everybody else is being strong? But I'm talking to you because you're the strong one in your network or in your family or in your support group. You're that person. And mental exhaustion is not just this invisible weight that's doing nothing. It's obviously doing something. So what is it actually doing? It's, not about listing the signs of what to look for, but, let's name it. How do you feel? Maybe you're not seeing things. Maybe you're feeling what's going on inside. What does it feel like? Emotional numbness. It can feel like emotional numbness, mental exhaustion that sets inside when your nervous system, as I've been talking about the nervous system, thinking about that and how it's activated, the inflammation, the chronic stress, all of that leading to your nervous system being activated. And it's been on high alert for far too long. The guilt of resting. Why do we have so much guilt for rest when we need rest? We require rest. It is not something you deserve or can afford. It's something you need. You have been so conditioned to believe your worth lives in your output that rest feels like a crime and that guilt. That is not a character trait, just like, "I'm a guilty person." No, it's a wound. Your guilt is just riding and deep-seated inside of you, just telling you, like, "No, you can't rest." And then because you don't rest, now you're burnt out, mentally exhausted, and can't be that strong one anymore. There's that quiet withdrawal from people, from dreams, from yourself, because now you're going through the motions. You don't know who you are outside of your role, outside of your wife, mom, boss role, and you're just, like, retreating, not getting out of the bed, not taking care of yourself. What does that feel like? What joy depletion looks like is when your life becomes all responsibility and zero restoration. You're just responsible for your kids, responsible for your job, responsible for your employees, responsible for your mom because, of course, you're in the sandwich generation. At some point, mental exhaustion doesn't just steal your energy, it starts stealing your identity. You forget what you even look like. What was that you really wanted to be back when you desired and had values and a life mission? What makes you laugh? How do you get back to you? What fills you up? How's your joy tank? We talk about love tank when it comes to relationship. How's your joy tank? And, that's when it becomes an emergency, when you haven't been looking out for yourself, when you haven't been prioritizing yourself. I'm always talking about putting yourself back on the priority list. And of course, the Wife, Mom, Boss book, Inspire Joy for the Wife, Mom, Boss, how you can balance it all without losing yourself and being able to put yourself back on the priority list. Don't let toxicity, including the toxic pace you've been living at. Last week I talked about toxic people. Now you're on a toxic pace with doing everything for everyone at all times. Don't let that steal one more day of you enjoying life. Of course, now's your time to stop and like and subscribe and share because you're not the only one going through this. There's somebody else needs to hear this talk. So share it right now so they can listen as well. So, what are the lies that keep you running? Obviously, there's some lies out there that's getting you to this place because you're not doing any truth that's making you mentally exhausted. What are the lies that keep you running? What are these myths? I just need more sleep. That's it. That's why I'm mentally exhausted because I just need more sleep. I just haven't had enough sleep as long as I can just get more sleep. Mm-mm. The truth is that sleep restores your body. It does not restore a depleted mind. Think about it. You can get 12 hours of sleep and still feel exhausted and unrested because your mind has been active and doing work all night long. If you wake up tired after a full night, you are not sleep deprived. You got to sleep. You're mentally and emotionally exhausted. That requires a different kind of rest. So just thinking you need more sleep and that's it, that's not going to cut it. Lie number 2, other people handle more than me, so I've gotta do it all because they're doing it, so I gotta do it. I can do it. The truth is that comparison is a trap. Everybody knows that, but we don't listen, we still compare. You don't know what other people are carrying behind closed doors, and even if they were handling more, that is not a standard you owe anyone. You might see that somebody on social media is carrying so much, so you gotta do it, or that they're so happy even though they're carrying so much, so you gotta do the same thing, but you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. Someone else's capacity is not your ceiling. Maybe they can handle more, maybe that's why. Maybe you can't handle as much, and that's okay. And their silence about their struggle doesn't mean they aren't struggling. Again, the social media trap. You might also feel like you're the strong friend that people come to, or maybe you're a therapist and you have a mental health professional degree and they come to you all the time. But in general, like in the African American community, in the Black community, we feel like we gotta be the strong person. So the pressure to appear fine is all over the place because we can't appear weak. It's wrong to have something wrong with you, and we just automatically have to look strong. Looking strong and being strong and doing that all day long, all night long is what leads you to mental exhaustion and to burnout. Lie number 3, I'll rest when things slow down. When are things gonna slow down? Have things ever slowed down? Unless you schedule a vacation every month and they do actually slow down, you were actually on vacation and actually not checking emails, maybe that's when you can say, "Well, I'll just slow down once a month." You kinda still need some restoration, some type of self-care between that, but I'll rest when things slow down. Maybe that's not the case. Things will not slow down on their own. You have to schedule it. You have to make it happen. Life does not hand you a rest break unless a layoff is your way of slowing down. Some people reframe that as, "Oh, I guess this is my rest," but that's so much more mental stress. That's not real rest either, because now you're looking for another job. So you have to take it intentionally on purpose without waiting for permission. Rest is not something you earn. Rest is something you are entitled to as a human being because you're human. You're not perfect. You're not a robot. You might think you are a robot or a superhero or superwoman. And choosing it is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your mental being. So choosing your journey to joy. Joy is a choice. Choosing um, the journey to get to joy, and the way to do that is to be intentional and to schedule it. So, you say to yourself, "How do I come back to myself? What does coming back to myself actually look like? How do I do that?" I mean, it's not a to-do list. I don't wanna make you just add to your list of things to do. It's literally an invitation to imagine what it feels like to be on the other side, to not just be going through the motions and going through the roles. What do you value most? Who are you beyond these roles? What it looks like to stop that drain, not overhauling your life overnight, but making one choice today to protect your peace. What's one choice you can make today to protect your peace? Saying no to one thing, turning off your notification, maybe sitting in 5 minutes of quiet without guilt. 5 minutes? Again, I take 5 minutes between patients going to walk. Not between every patient. I could and I would if I felt like I needed to. But definitely when I need to, I'll go and get some sun and I come back. 5 minutes, it's okay. You're not the president. I was gonna say 5 minutes has never turned into some type of emergency. It's okay. You can take 5 minutes. What does real rest look like for you? Do you know? Rest that actually restores? It's sleep, sure, but it's not all sleep. It's stillness, it's joy, it's connection, it's creativity. When you're able to just think and dream and do, real rest is whatever fills your cup. What do you need to fill your cup? Running for me. Maybe it's swimming for you, maybe it's yoga for you, maybe it's the creativity and painting and art and listening to music, dancing, creating music, poetry. What is it for you? And only you know what that is. So you need to sit with yourself so that you can figure that out. I think this is a perfect opportunity to present my NJoy again, Nurturing Authentic Living. If you need a journal to be able to sit with yourself and figure out what is it I need to get back to myself, this takes you through mental, physical, financial, aspirational, and social health, how to balance those things and of course, how to gain back as far as your aspirational health, what values you most? What's your purpose? And how to anticipate a life of joy. Get the Enjoyno, drenjoylife.com, or you can go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. You don't have to go to my website. Go to Amazon and get it. So what returning to yourself feels like is laughing again, genuinely laughing and not faking it, not putting on a mask, feeling curious again about things. When's the last time you were curious? And wanting things again for you, not just for others. That version of you is not gone. She's resting. She's somewhere. She's dormant. Wake her up. He's waiting. They're still in there, just buried under everything you've been carrying. So living in full empowerment, life, enjoy life. Life stands for living in full empowerment. Living in full empowerment does not mean having it all together. It means choosing yourself even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And that's where the resilience piece comes in, that being able to let life, bounce back from the trials and the traumas and the stressors and the traumas. If you need it, get the therapy. If you need it, get the counseling, the coaching, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a journal written by a professional. Yes, this has therapeutic worksheets, positive affirmations, self-care tips, goal setting tips, all based on evidence-based therapy. So that's your power move. When you make the choice to enter your journey to joy, it's not as a last resort, but it is getting back to you and focusing on putting yourself back on the priority list so that you can prevent mental exhaustion. If you're already there, let's take a reverse and get out of that mental exhaustion lane. So you came into this episode tired because you're like, what's she talking about? I hope you're leaving it with something better than just tips, but how to really enter your journey to joy. I hope you're leaving with permission to acknowledge what you're carrying, permission to not feel guilt, permission to have self-care and to think about yourself and to put yourself on the priority list. Putting yourself on the priority list is prioritizing you. Permission to put some of it down that you've been carrying, permission to rest without guilt, permission to enjoy your life fully, completely, unapologetically, authentically. You're not lazy. You never were. You are a human being who has been giving everything to everyone at all times. And today, let's start giving some of that back to you, some of that time. Reclaim your time, reclaim your joy. And I'm Dr. NJoy. So take control of your mental well being and enjoy life. I'll see you at the next episode. Thanks for watching and listening. This has been an NJoy Life production. If you're in a crisis, don't hesitate. Call, text, or chat 988 for immediate support. Please note, this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional treatment. If you're looking for therapy or medication management through NJoy Life, visit www.drnjoylife.com to request a consultation. I'm licensed in 13 states. I accept Aetna in Georgia, Florida, and Virginia. Be sure to grab your copy of the NJoy Note to help you on your wellness journey. Also, check out Inspire Joy for the wife, mom, boss to help you balance it all without losing yourself. Better yet, get the full Joy bundle for just $45. Remember, Journey to Joy Live is every Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, may you continue to transform stress into joy.